And just remind you, we're on Second Life. It's OneClimate, bringing you a nightly broadcast between 6 and 7 p.m. Poznan time. And perhaps should just remind you that overall, everyone's come here with different aims, but the overall aim, in a sense, is to keep global temperatures below a 2-degree rise, because that's considered a tipping point beyond which we've no idea what will happen. It could be catastrophic. So keeping in mind that's the sort of background figure that everyone's aiming at, and of course a lot of people have got a bit obsessed by the figures, but below that figure, that target, there's many other issues that are up for discussion. And to not hit the 2-degree rise, we've got to make sure that global warming emissions fall by over 50% by 2050. And that's a tough enough target. On current trends, they're going to rise by 50% by 2030. We are on a downward path here. So this conference is important. If we don't stop what's going on, we could be heading for pretty serious disaster. And there are, of course, a lot of other issues. There's forests, which we'll talk about later. There's an adaptation fund for developing countries to help them adapt to what's going on. Transfer of technology, many issues. And the other thing, perhaps worth just reiterating at the beginning, now that we're into this hard week of bargaining here in Poznan, is that, in a sense, I don't know whether the guests, I guess, will agree with this, but I have this very strong feeling that instead of talking about cooperating to find a solution, to find a way forward, you do get a sense that it's a hard bargain, that governments are here. This is essentially a government negotiating session, and their stand is, we'll give you this if you give us this in return. It's very much a hard-nosed bargaining counter session, rather than let's all work together and try and do something good. That doesn't mean good won't come out of it, but it does make it pretty nerve-wracking for people watching and hoping that something will come out. And it's not a very constructive atmosphere sometimes. The other day, Japan, a Japanese delegate in the negotiations said, Japan cannot be expected to become the ATM for the world, meaning they can't just cough up money as though that was all that was at stake.